Everybody, it's Tuesday afternoon and we're going to do a beginner's Pilates session today, about 45 minutes. I'm going to use a little bit of equipment. We're going to grab a long resistance band if you have it, and also a Pilates ball. This is a 7-inch or 18-centimeter ball. If you don't have a ball, just grab a towel, fold it up as many times as you can. Just kind of make a ball with a towel. But don't worry about it too much. Just some optional things there to throw in if you happen to have them at home. So we're going to stand at the end of the mat, have a look at your feet. Feet should be hip width apart with your toes and heels in a line. Start drawing the abdominals in, reaching through the crown of the head, buttoning your ribs a little bit closer towards your hips, and squeezing your glutes, lifting the glutes, your bum up the back of your leg. Now inhale, lift the arms overhead, and exhale, come up onto your toes. Just finding your balance, lower the heels down and up. Breathe in and out. Last two. And one. Hold this last one up. Again, reaching through those fingertips. Reach the arms out to the side. Lower your heels down. Drop your chin to your chest. Round the spine and roll all the way down over your legs. Just hanging over those legs for a moment. Nod your head yes. And then shake the head no. Good. Bend your knees. Get your hands to the mat and walk your hands forward. Breathing out as you come forward and so hands directly beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, toes tucked under. Take a deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, I want you to hover your knees just an inch or so up off the mat, hollowing the abdominals and lifting the pelvic floor, getting those deep abdominal muscles working. Inhale, lower the knees back down. Exhale again, just hover the knees just an inch or two up off the mat, scooping and hollowing out the abdominals, drawing the belly button up and away. Inhale, lower. Last two. Exhale, lift. Just carving the abdominals as you exhale. Inhale down. Last one. Lift up and hold there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then lift the knees all the way up into your heels. Stretch your arms, stretch your back, and then walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend the knees, round the spine, roll yourself all the way back to standing. Just re-stepping one vertebra on top of the other, shoulders and head up last. Now you circle your shoulders around 3 circles, and then reverse it 3 the other way. Slide the shoulders down, lace the fingers together behind the back, lift the arms, hinge yourself forward, drop the chest over those legs, letting the arms drop away from the body, and just hold there for a big breath. Let the hands drop down to the side, soften the knees, hands to the mat, walking forward, breathing out as you come forward. Slow exhale, lift the head, drop the hips, slide the shoulders down, and then just drop the right knee, and then the left, just pedaling through those knees, right and left. Stay there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift both knees up, hold, and then again, lift the hips up, press into your heels, stretch the backs of your legs, and then walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend the knees, round the spine, slowly rolling all the way back up. One last time. Shoulders and head come up last. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, up onto your toes, heels together, zip the core in tight. We're going to twist the spine, turning to the left as you grow a little taller. Breathe in, come back to the center. Turn the shoulders to the right, hips facing the front. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, one more time to each corner of the room, twisting to the left, breathing out. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, twist to the right. And inhale, come back to the center. Lower your heels, arms out to the side, chin to chest, rounded spine, and roll down one more time. Good. Now soften your knees. We're going to rest your chest on top of the knees. So get your hips quite low, close to the floor. Place your hands on the floor. So we're in a really low squat. And then try to straighten your legs back up, stretching those hamstrings. Breathe in, bend the knees. Get your chest on top of your knees. Hips down, close to the mat. Breathe out, straighten the legs up. Good. Now just soften the knees, hands to the mat. Walk forward one last time. Breathing out as you come forward. Hold there. We're going to tap a hand to the opposite shoulder. Staying there for 8, 7, 6, 5. If this is too strong, just hold your plank. 3, 2, 1. Back to your high plank. Just for 4, 3, 2, 1. And drop the knees. Sit back onto your heels. Stretch your arms. Stretch your back. And breathe. Good. Now changing position onto your back. I want to grab your ball. Now we're going to place the ball between the knees. and keep the knees right above your hips. Keep the shins parallel to the floor. Button your ribs down towards your hips, draw the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor. So think about that perineum lifting up in towards the body. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, and reach your hands to the front wall in front of you. So you're on the tips of your shoulders. Pump the arms. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. 3 more breaths in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Now, if you want to advance this, stretch your legs out to a 45-degree angle. Otherwise, keep the knees in. 2 more breaths. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Last one. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Great. Take the shoulders down. Take the head down. Reach your arms out to the side and drop both knees down to the right side with that ball between the knees. Turn your head to the left, and then exhale, lift the knees back to the center, and keep the feet from dropping down towards the floor. Inhale, drop the knees down to the left as you turn the head to the right. Exhale, draw the knees back to the center, knees above the hips. One more time each way. Inhale down, exhale up. Last one. Breathe in to lower and out to lift. Now hold here. Zip the core tight. Again, pelvic floor lifting. I want you to tap both toes down to the mat with those knees, the ball between the knees. Exhale, lift back up. Now, if you don't have a ball, either use your towel, or if you don't have any equipment, just feel free to zip the knees together. So get your inner thighs just pulling in towards each other. 2 more times. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last one. Breathe in as you lower. Breathe out as you lift. Now we're going to prop your fingertips up to the ceiling, so you're kind of on your elbows. We're going to lift the head as you stretch the legs long. Reach the arms out. Breathe in, drop the head and the elbows. The fingertips point to the ceiling with the knees pointing to the ceiling. Fingertips reach the wall in front of you as you stretch those legs long. Peel the shoulders up. Inhale, take the shoulders down. Now if you want to modify that, you keep the head down on the mat. Stretch the arms along the mat as the legs extend. Bend the elbows as you bend the knees. Let's aim for 2 more, whichever level you're doing. So breathing out, extending the arms, lifting the head if you can. Inhale back. Exhale, shoulders up, arms long, legs long, hold, and then come back to that starting point. Now, grab your ball in your hands, just hug your knees into your chest. Now exhale, we're gonna reach the arms and legs long, just stretching right through the middle of your mat. Now try to lift your hands, lift your head so you can peel your spine up. If you get stuck, feel free to use an elbow and place the ball on your shins, kind of lower legs. Walk that ball forward, just kind of rolling it along. And then inhale, re-step your spine, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, round the spine. A little bit of a squeeze on the ball as you roll yourself back down to the mat. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, curling up. Stretch forward. And then again, inhale, straighten up the back, shoulders down. Exhale, round the spine, scoop the abdominals, point the toes, squeeze the legs together as you peel that spine back down to the mat. Inhale, and then curling it back up. Slowly reaching forward, and then straighten up your back. Think string out of the top of the head, little rock side to side. You see, find a little more length. Shoulders down, long neck. Breathe out, come halfway back up. I'm just gonna hold the ball, turning to the left. Keep a hold of the ball as you turn to the right. Now just notice your feet. Try to keep the feet from slipping side to side. The more you point the toes, the more you squeeze the legs together, the more anchored your lower body will be, the less that pelvis is going to move, which is what we're going for. We're trying to stabilize the pelvis as we move the shoulders. One more time, ball to the left, ball to the right, back to the center, and then slowly coming all the way back down to the mat. Wrap your hands around your knees. Use that ball to hug the knees into your chest. And then lift the knees up to tabletop. Place your ball against the right knee. Extend your left leg and pull that right knee into the ball as you press your hands out. So it's opposing forces on that ball. So switch sides. Left knee pulls into the ball. Press it away. Now if you don't have a ball, just use your hand against the knee. So we press the hands against the knee. Strong exhale. Head stays down. Just again, pulling the knee into the hand, pressing the hand into that knee. Aim for 4 more. And 3, last 2, and 1. Good, drop. Pull the knees into your chest. Just use that ball to drop the knees in. And then pop your ball away. Lift the toes to the ceiling. Stretch the back legs. Move your feet around both ways. Point your toes, lift your head, lift your shoulders. Lower back presses into the mat, shoulders away from the ears. We're going to hold the right leg, left leg drops down. Pull, pull, switch the legs. So you inhale through the nose, double exhale through the mouth. Lower back pressing into the mat. Option to keep the head on the mat. Soften the knees slightly. Aim for 6 and 5. Last 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Drop the shoulders back. Draw the knees in. Just circle your knees around both ways. Good. Now extend your legs out long. We're going to just stretch right through the crown of the head. From the top of the head to the tips of the toes. Cross your right leg over the left. Hands behind the head. We're going to breathe out. Curl the head and shoulders up. Scoop the abdominals in. Inhale, lower the head. Lower the shoulders. Exhale, lift and lower. Stay here for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold up. 8 little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the head and the shoulders. Lift your right knee up. Zip the core tight and then curl back up. Look towards that knee. Little crunches towards the knee for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Freeze the chest still. Pulse the knee in towards the chest for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the shoulders. Extend the leg. Elbows nice and wide. Inhale. And then as you exhale, cross the left leg over the right. Again, find that length through the body. Zip the belly button in. Peel the head and shoulders up for 8 and 7. Scooping the abdominals in. Initiating the movement with that pelvic floor lift. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and hold it up. Crunch it at the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the head and shoulders down. Lift that left knee up to tabletop. Changing sides. Sink the ribs down. Zip the belly button in. Curl the shoulders up and crunch towards your knee for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold knee to chest. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch your left leg out. Reach your arms over your head. Lift your ribs up off the mat to stretch into those abdominals. Okay, drop the rib cage down. Just walk your feet in towards your hips and then take your hands along your sides. Now pick up that ball or towel or whatever you're using and place it between your knees. We're going to give it a good squeeze with your feet flat on the mat. We're going to breathe out. Press your lower back down into the mat. So tilting the pelvis. Your big bone curling in towards your chest. Narrow the waist. Lift the pelvic floor. Holding your imprint. Holding your scoop as you squeeze that ball. And then lifting the fingertips up to the ceiling. We're going to peel the spine slowly, one vertebra at a time, up off the mat until you're right up onto those shoulders. Squeeze the ball a little tighter. Inhale, drop the hips down. Exhale, lift. Breathe in and out. Stay there for 6 and 5. Big squeeze on that ball with each lifted hips. Last 3, 2. Hold the last one up. Little pulse to the top. Little squeezes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeeze and hold to squeeze the ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Now I just want you to reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. Drop the shoulders back down. It's a micro movement. No, not very big. Just lifting the shoulders just barely up off the mat and then letting them drop back down. 2 more times. Lift the arms, lift through the fingertips, and then drop. Stay high in that shoulder bridge. Keep squeezing the ball. Lift and lower it, and then reach the hands all the way behind you. Back to the hands touching the floor. Lift the hips higher. Squeeze the ball tighter, and drop your rib cage down first, middle back second, and 1 vertebra at a time coming through that lower back until your hip bones are tailbone are down. Now take your hands behind your head. We're going to breathe out, curl the shoulders up, press the lower back down, squeeze the ball tight. Inhale, drop the shoulders, relax the lower back. Exhale, tilt the pelvis, scoop the belly button in, lower back presses into the mat, squeeze the ball as you curl up. Inhale, release. 2 more like this. So tilting the pelvis into your imprinted spine as you curl the shoulders up, belly button in tight. Last one, curling the shoulders up, and then reach your right hand to the top of your left knee. Inhale back. Left hand to the top of the right knee, crossing across the body for 6 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop the head, drop the shoulders. Take your hands back along your sides and come up onto your tiptoes. So walk your toes in close to your hips. You should be able to touch your heels with your fingertips. You're close in. Lower back presses into the mat. Draw the belly button in. Big pelvic floor lift. Getting that scoop and that hollowness through the abdominals. And then breathe out. Peel your spine slowly up off the mat. Walk your hands closer towards your feet just to take the shoulders down away from the ears, and then lower the hips down. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the ball to lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2. Next one, I want you to hold it up. Now, if you want to challenge, if you want to advance this, we're going to float one leg up. Squeeze the ball. If you don't, if you want to keep it beginner level, keep both feet on the mat. Just squeeze the ball with both knees. Last 2 and 1. Now drop the right foot down, transfer the weight from the left foot into the right. Extend the left leg, squeeze that ball. 4, 3, 2, 1. Try one more time. Each leg again, modify. Just keep the toes on the mat. Squeeze the ball with both knees. Otherwise, right leg comes up. Squeezing for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right toe down, and then the left leg goes up. Squeezing. Look at the pelvis. Pelvis should be level. Don't let it tilt to get that foot up. Keep the pelvis nice and level. Left toe comes down, arms reaching all the way behind you, and then breathe out, melt your spine all the way down. Good. Drop your heels, hands back to your side, take your ball away, draw your knees in, lift your head, chin into your chest so you're in a tight little ball, and roll yourself up to sitting. Slide your legs forward and just fold over your legs. Good. Come back up to sitting, flip yourself over. Feel free to grab a quick sip of water as we change positions. Good. So we're coming to all fours. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. I want you to lift your right arm and left leg. Really stretch the fingers, stretch through the toes. Your back is perfectly straight. Belly button's pulled up and away. And then inhale, lower that right hand and left knee. Change sides. Left arm, right leg. Reach. And then drop. So you'll know you're doing this right if your hands and you come back to the exact same point each time you drop down to the mat. If you feel like your back is shifting side to side, they won't kind of slot back into that same position from one side to the other. So just try to make sure there's no movement through the shoulders, no movement through the hips, the arms and legs. Just reach long and then slot right back into that same spot. Now I want you to hold the next one up. Stretch through the fingers, stretch the toes, lift the hand, lift the foot, and then reach that arm and leg out to the side wall. Inhale, come back to your midline. Exhale, reaching out to the side as if you're wiping off a shelf. Ears in line with your shoulders. Don't let the head hang down. Zip the belly button in a little tighter. 2 more here. Hand and foot reaching opposite directions. Last one. Reaching out, coming back, and then down to all fours. Same on the other side. So left arm, right leg, lift the hand, lift the foot, stretch everything long, lift the ribs slightly into the body, and then reach the arm leg out to the side, back to your midline, out, and back. As if you're wiping off that shelf, don't let that foot or the hand drop down to the mat. They stay level with the shoulder and the hip. Last 2, and back, and 1, and back. Hand and knee come back down to the mat. Now I want you to drop down to your elbows and slide your right leg back. Zip the belly button up and away, lift the lower back, shoulders away from the ears, and then float that right leg up and down. Lift and lower. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the foot back down to the mat. Zip the belly button up and away. Now we're going to sweep the end of the mat. Circle that leg around. 4 more. Sweep up and around. And 3. Get that friction between the foot and the mat. 2 and 1. And then just drag the knee in. Drop the chin, round the spine. Slide the leg back out. Lift the head. Breathe out. Round the spine. Chin to your chest. Kind of letting that head drop between those arms. Slide the leg back on as you lift the head. One more time, just rounding and stretching. Good. Pull that knee in, just sit back onto your heels for a moment, stretch your arms. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. So we drop down to the elbows, slide your left leg back, point the toes, zip the core in tight, shoulders away from the ears, flip the leg up and down, looking off at the end of your mat. Don't let the head hang down with this set. Stay there for 5 and 4, long, strong leg, 3, last 2, and 1. Foot comes down to the mat. Now we sweep it out to the side, up and around, and again, sweep, getting that friction, like you're trying to dust crumbs off the end of the mat. Stay there for 4 and 3, last 2 and 1. Take the foot back down to the mat. Now slide the knee in, drop your chin, slide that foot out, lift the head. Breathe out. So we round the spine, we mobilize the spine with this one. You can also do this on your hands, drawing the knee in, give you a little more space if you need it, stretching the leg out. Last 2, breathing out and in. Rest your forehead on the mat and drag your hands back. So you're sitting back onto your heels, head comes up, lace the fingers behind the back, just reaching, and then open the arms out. Arms come up overhead, and then lace the fingers, reaching the arms over your head. Lean to your left to stretch out your right side, and then lean to your right to stretch out the left side. Then hands to the front, round the spine, scoop the abdominals in, look down towards the abdominals, and sit up nice and tall. Just circle your shoulders out. Good. Okay, changing positions again. We're going to flip over to sitting. And I'm going to grab your ball or your towel and place it just behind your lower back. So we've got something to support the lower back. Now, if you want to make this a little bit tougher, if you're going for a more advanced class, place that ball or towel between your knees and have nothing there. Just use your abdominals to support that lower back if the abdominals are strong enough. Remember, make sure the knees stay hip width apart. Lower yourself down an inch and up an inch. Make a circle with your arms. So your middle fingers are touching at the front, elbows out to the side, shoulders down. So we've got that ball or that toe behind or between the knees. Press the lower back into that ball. Stay there for 6 and 5. Another modification you can do with this one if you don't have any equipment is just to hold the backs of the knees. Just feel that scooping, like carving out those abdominals. Get ice cream scoopers come in and just pull everything out. Stay there for 3 and 2. Let's hold the last one. Now reach your right arm overhead. Exhale. Inhale, drop it back down. And the left arm goes overhead with your exhale. Inhale down. One more time each side. Right arm up and down. Then the left arm goes up and down. Hands come back to the knees and stretch out your back. So lift your chest. So I'm going to pop that ball behind there again for support if you need it. Breathe out. Press the lower back into the ball. And we're going to turn to the left. Elbows wide, shoulders down, press into that ball and lift. Tuck and lift. Just zipping the core in tight, drawing that belly button in, tightening the rib to hip connection so the ribs are slightly closer to the hips as you tuck and lift for 2 and 1. Now lift your left arm overhead. Inhale down, right arm goes overhead. Inhale down one more time. Each arm lift. Lord, so you can twist any further to that left corner of the room and come back to the center. Quick stretch before we do the last side. And then breathe out. Press that lower back into the ball. Scoop the core in tight. Turn to the right. Elbows out, shoulders down. Breathe out. Down an inch, up an inch. Tuck and lift. Just look at your knees. Make sure your knees are still in line with your hips. You haven't started to lean to one side. Stay there 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Holding the last one, breathe out, lift the right arm up, inhale down, left arm up, breathe in as you lower, so twist an inch further, one more time, each arm right, and left. Take the hands back to the knees and straighten out your back, just to realign your spine before we do one last C curve variation, pressing the lower back into the ball, scooping your abdominals in tight, floating your hands above those knees. We're going to twist to the right, up and over, twist left. So imagine you're hugging a big ball, reaching it to either side, shoulders and hands travel at the same speed. Go up and over and twist, up and over, twist the other way. Feel the sides of the working. Stay there for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Hands come back to the center and straighten up the back. Soles of your feet together. Sit up as tall as you can and use those elbows to ease your knees down to the mat. So just to show you what that looks like from the front. Just a classic butterfly stretch. Just using the elbows to ease the knees down, pulling your feet in, folding forward over the legs. And then straighten up the back, maybe grab with the toes, press the knees down, just sit up as tall as you can. And then last time, just folding forward over your legs. Good. Draw the knees back together. We're gonna come all the way back down into your shoulder bridge position. But I want you to place the ball under the pelvis. So either with the ball or a towel, or if you don't have anything, just have your spine in neutral. Excuse me. Lift the right knee up, lift your left knee up, zip the abdominals in. We're just gonna tap the right toe down, hold it there, lower the left toe down, hold, lift the right knee up, and lift the left knee up. So either have a ball here or a towel, or you're just in a neutral spine with your pelvis really level on the floor. So make sure the hip bones and your pubic bone are level in one plane. The rib cage is down, but we have a natural curve under your lower back. Lift. And let's just go one more time with that right foot down first, left foot down second, right knee up, left knee up. Now we're gonna hold there. Lift your fingertips up to the ceiling, and we're gonna extend your right arm and your left leg. Breathing out. Inhale back to the starting point, then left arm, right leg, stretch and bend. 2 more times each way. So if you're on the ball, we have that extra element of stability working. So the ball is soft, it's wobbling slightly. You need to be able to stabilize and balance on your ball. If you don't have the ball, it's a lot more abdominal work, just trying to maintain that neutral pelvis without imprinting the lower back into the mat. One more time, extending each arm and leg and back. Last one, extend and bend. Now we're gonna go out to the side, right arm, left knee, out to the sides, back to that starting point, left arm, right knee, out to your side. So opening out like the pages of a book. One more time each way, out and back and out and back. Take the hands down to the mat, knees together, feet together, breathe out to stretch both legs long. Breathe in, pull the knees into the chest, keep the ribs down, keep the abdominal scoop. Exhale, stretch and bend. Last one, extend and then bend and then pull your knees into your chest. Hold the backs of your ankles or your calves and stretch the legs out as long as you can, as long and straight as you can. Now, if you can hold the right leg, let the left leg drop away from you down towards the floor, still with the hips up on that ball or towel, or you can also do this on the mat and then change the legs. Left leg in, right leg long. Both feet down to the mat. We're gonna lift the hips up off of that ball, come up to sitting, and come all the way up to standing. So trying to stand without using your hands if you want that challenge. I'm gonna grab your band. Now I want your feet together, knees together, and we're gonna step on the middle of your band, holding it out to your sides with your thumbs pointing up to the ceiling. If you don't have a band at home, you can grab some light weights, or you can just really squeeze your muscles. I'll show you what it's gonna look like if you don't have the band. We're gonna bend the knees and shrink from the side, knees bent, hips to the back wall, shoulder blades together, breathe out, reach the arms out and down. Lift and lower. If you don't have that band, just squeeze the muscles. Imagine you're lifting really heavy weights. Make fists with your hands and squeeze the fists tight and then really push the arms down. Lift them up like you're resisting gravity, like you're trying to move through wet cement. Just adding that resistance without the extra resistance of the band. Aim for 4 more, whichever way you're doing it. 4 and 3. Last 2. Hold the last one up, small circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the arms down, stand, and roll your shoulders back. And roll them forward. Good. Now we're going to step off of that band and pop the band to your side. Step your feet really wide. If you have a ball, let's actually put the ball in our hands. I'm going to squeeze the ball as you drop the hips down. Breathe in, stand back up. Exhale, lower. And so the ball is there just to make that upper body work a little bit as well, just engaging the muscles of your chest and your upper arms. If you don't have the ball, just make it like a little circle with your hands. You can, if you struggle with balance, just hold on to a chair or onto the wall. Let's aim for 3 and 2. Last one. Hold it down. Little pulses low. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch the legs back out. Reach the arms forward. I'll just show you from side on. And then we're going to drop the hips back down. Now I want you to lift one heel up. So go my right heel up, like I'm wearing a high heel on one foot. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend. So think about your ears, shoulders, ribs, and hips all stacked, one on top of the other. Not leaning forward as you drop those hips down to the mat. Aim for 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Hold the next one down, little pulses there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the right heel, lift the left heel, arms up overhead. Breathe in, stretch, and bend. Think high to low. Now, if you feel any cramps coming on in your lower leg, feel free to drop that heel back down. Just try to catch it before the cramp sets in. Stay there for 3 and 2. Holding this last one down, little pulses low. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten up the legs. Take that ball back to your chest. We've got one last variation. We're going to breathe out. Drop the hips, bend the knees, pull those knees to the wall behind you. Straighten up your spine, shoulders relax. And we just alternate heels. Right heel, left heel, right and left. Stay here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both heels down, straighten up the legs, turn your toes in, take the ball down to the floor, hang over those legs, and just roll your ball to the right foot. Now bend your right knee and extend your left leg. Lift the arm up to the ceiling, just turning the shoulders. Hand comes back to the ball, roll it over to your left foot, bend your left knee, lift your left arm, and look up to the ceiling. Let's go one more time each way, just rolling that ball across, both hands pressing into the ball. Again, obviously you don't need the ball with this one. You can just have your hands on the mat. That's fine too. It's quite nice to have something to roll and squish into, and then lift the arm and back. Just roll the ball back to the center. Let your head hang down. Turn your toes out, soften your knees, and roll yourself all the way up. Just roll the shoulders back and forward, and then come back down to the mat. Now place the ball between your ankles and flip onto your sides. Stretch the arms, stretch the legs, shoulders back, zip the core in tight, bend your ribs towards your hips, and lift both legs up and down. Lift and lower. We're going to stay there for 4, 3, 2, hold the last one up. Now squeeze the ball. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift the head, lift the feet, drop the head, lower the feet. 3 more. Lift and lower. Last 2. And 1. Lower the head, but keep those feet up off the mat. Zip the belly button in, ribs to hips, tilt the pelvis so your tailbone reaches towards the heels, and drop that ball behind you. Keep the legs slightly apart and circle the top leg. Small circle. 6, 5. So you can balance on your side, reaching that top hand up to the ceiling. That's 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circle. 6 the other way. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull your toes in, really kick the heels away, lift your kneecaps, engage the quad muscles at the tops of the legs, and then lift that top leg up for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, hold the last one up, pulse it high. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet back in line with the hips, and then scissor both legs to the edges of your mat. Stay there. 8, 7, keep your rib to hip connection, keep the belly button in tight. That's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you lower your feet down, lift your head, and swing your legs out in front of you. Shoulders back. Good. Now we're just going to lift that top leg up. Little pulses up. 8, 7, small movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And point the toe, rotate the knee outward, circle. 4, 3. So your body's like an L shape. Bottom foot is on the mat. You might not be able to see mine. Or on the floor. Reverse your circles. Top leg in line with the hip. Say that for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the feet back together. Legs back in line with the rest of the body. Drop the top knee forward. Hands behind your head and just turn looking to that wall behind you. Now take it forward, elbows together, and then open it out, elbows wide. Keeping that knee on the floor in front. Again, pull your elbows together like a little clam closing and then opening all the way back out. Look over that shoulder behind you and reach your arms out and stretch. Just circle your arm over your head. Take your knees back together and change to the other side. So we start with that ball. And place it between your ankles. Extend your arm, extend the leg, shoulders back. Wrap the hand around the side of the waist. Tuck those fingers under the narrowest part of the waist. Lift both feet up and down. Lift and lower. Do that for 6 and 5. Let's even take this hand up to the ceiling without losing the balance. 3, 2, hold the last one up. Zip the belly button a little tighter, squeeze the ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Really get those inner thighs working. Hold the last one. Lift your head. Take the hand down to the side of the leg. Lower the feet. Lower the head. Exhale. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Last 3 and 2. Hold the last one up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the head down. Drop the ball behind you. Keep the feet like hip distance apart and then circle the top leg. Small circle. 6, 5. Think about your rib to hip connection. Belly button pulled in tight. Pelvic floor lifting. 2 and 1. Reverse your circle. 6 the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flex your feet. Pull your toes in. Kick the heels away. And then lift the top leg up high to low. Again, 6 and 5. Nothing else moves. Last 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. A little pulse at the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet back in line with the hips. Scissor the legs. 8, 7. While you're stretching the legs long. No bend in the knees. Trying to maintain that balance. If you need to take the hand down to stabilize, go ahead and just put one finger on the mat. That's 3, 2, 1. Legs back together. Drop your feet down. Lift your head up and sweep your legs to the front of your mat. So your spine is lined up at the back edge of your mat and your legs are in front of you like an L shape. Put the top leg up, little pulse up. Again, lower leg is just resting on the mat. Little pulses there. Small range of motion. Stay there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And point your toe. Maybe a little turn out. Turning that knee up towards the ceiling. Small circle. 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. 6 the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the feet back together. Sweep the legs back in line with both the rests of the body. And just drop your top knee forward. Take your hand behind your head. We're going to open the elbows out wide. So look over that shoulder. The knee stays forward. The elbow reaches back. Then close your elbows together like you're closing a clam. And then open it back out. Just opening the chest. Keeping that knee resting on the mat in front of you. One more time. Just closing it down. Opening it out. Then reach the arms out to your sides. Stretching through the fingertips. Slide the back hand over your head all the way around to that front arm. Then pull your knees back together and come up to sitting. Good. Now I'm going to sit with our legs crossed. I want you to grab your band and sit on the middle of your band. Hold your band fairly close to your hips. Relax your shoulders down away from the ears. Zip the core in tight and then just reach your arms out to the corners of the room. Inhale, come back. So the band doesn't need to be too long. You want to be holding it fairly short. If you don't have a band, just imagine you're lifting up a heavy tray. Just extending those arms, drawing them back in. Aim for 5 more. And 4. Last 3. So we want a nice wide collarbone, wide shoulders. 2. Hold the last one up and little pulses there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull your elbows in. Open the arms out. and back. So elbows stay glued to the sides of the ribs, just getting that mobility, opening the chest, pulling the shoulder blades together behind your back for 2 and 1. Now just slide your arms out, get a little more length. So you're holding the ends of the band, shoulders down, and small circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grow an inch taller, reverse the circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then lift the arms up to the ears. Inhale, arms down to shoulder height. Exhale, lift and lower. Staying there for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. And just slowly resist gravity as you come all the way down to the band. Take the band, place it to the side, and flip onto your front. Stack your hands one on top of the other. Take your feet to the corners of your mat. Rest your forehead on the backs of your hands and zip your belly button up away from the floor. So imagine you're trying to slide a piece of paper out from underneath those abdominals. Just find that little millimeter of space as you lift your chest up and down. Hands stuck to the forehead. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now drop the chest, lift the legs as well as the chest. 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Drop the feet, extend your arms out to the corners of the mat. Zip the belly button in, lift the right arm and left leg, and then left arm, right leg. Switch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands down. I want you to walk your feet in close to each other, heels touching. Squeeze the inner thighs together and slide your hands back along your side. Now lift the chest, pull the shoulder blades together. Inhale, drop the chest down. One more with the feet down on the mat. Lift the chest, pull the shoulder blades together. Inhale down. And with this last one, I'm going to lift the legs as well. Squeezing the inner thighs tight, trying to connect those heels in towards each other. Inhale down. And one last time. Exhale, lift. Hold shoulder blades together, reaching from the top of the head. Let's actually lace the fingers together behind your back and stretch them down the backs of the legs. And then drop the hands under the shoulders. Sit back onto your heels. Your knees opened out. You slide the rib cage between your knees. And breathe. Good. Right hand to the right edge of your mat. Stack the left hand on top. Stretch those fingers to the right corner of the room as you sit back into your left heel. And then change. Left hand to the left edge of the mat. Right hand stacks on top. Sit back into your right heel as you stretch your arms to the left corner of the room. Take your hands back to the center. Drag your hands back. Just again, roll your shoulders out. Roll them forward. Now we're going to come to sitting in a sort of ballet stretch. The legs out in a wide V. I want you just to jiggle your feet a little bit. And really try to get those knees down. We're going to take the hand behind the head, turn, reach the opposite hand towards your pinky toe. Stretch down, other arm reaches behind you. Breathe in, sit as tall as you can. Twist, right hand to left foot, stretching towards that ankle. Left leg comes back. Inhale back to the center, lift and lengthen. Turn and reach. Inhale back, lift, twist, reach. And back, and then take your right hand to the inside of that right leg. Turn the torso, look to the ceiling. Reach the arm over your head and get a nice stretch through that left side. And turn it, taking the chest down towards that foot. Try to grab the toes if you can. Grab that ankle, pull that chest down towards that leg. So back up, relax your shoulders, slide your left elbow to the inside of your left leg. Turn the torso, reach the arm overhead, look up to the ceiling. And then just turn towards that leg, reaching the hands down towards the ankles, maybe grabbing the foot. And then come back to the center. We're going to circle the arms 3 circles each way. 2, like you're stirring a big pot. Last 1, and then reverse it. Feel that movement through the lower back, feel that stretch through the backs of the legs. Last 1. Good. And then sweep your legs together. Flip yourself to all fours. Drop your chin around your spine into a nice big cat stretch. And we're going to circle the rib cage around to the right, to the bottom, to the left, and up. Reverse your circle. Circle the other way to the left, to the bottom, to the right, and up. One more circle each way down to the mat, arching the back up to the ceiling, and then to the left, down to the mat, to the right, to the ceiling, and then tuck your toes, lift your knees, press into your heels. Breathe and walk your hands back to your feet. Just hang over the legs, nod your head yes. Shake the head no. Soften the knees, scoop the abdominals in, and slowly roll yourself back up to standing. Shoulders on top of ribs, head on top of shoulders, arms up overhead. Breathe out, coming into your balance, narrowing the waist, feeling all of the muscles we worked today, lengthening and lifting, and then reach your arms out to the side to drop your heels down to the mat. So swing the arms to finish. Good. And then give yourself a big round of applause. Well done, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We're back tomorrow morning again at 9 a.m. and tomorrow at 5:30. See you then.